and today we have a balance of power game, and this is actually from the balance of power best of. I think it was like there's 23 games basically that Carlos Ferdinand, who had something to do with the actual balance of power patch. He was the one who helped create that patch along with I forget who else. And I apologize for not crediting that to you right now because I'm a little off. My mind is just not with me. But anyway, he was so kind to put together 23 games. 23 games for us that were absolutely fantastic with this series. Well, here we have them. And of course, we're starting off with a Huns player. So that's what we have here. And I find that it's kind of unfortunate that we have Huns. Kind of unfortunate that we have Huns in this very first game. But anyway, because Huns is so common, but it is a different map, so let's just check out the rest of the things here. But anyway, we have Goths here on this side from Tatoh. So we have Tatoh versus Bact, and we have Bact over here in the orange, and he's playing as the Huns, and over here on the other side of this giant lake, we have Tatoh. So this map, I'm going to take a quick look. The balance of power map, and it is called Loch Ness. Now, it's kind of like Baltic. It's easily walled on the sides, but the only thing is that like a lot of these newer maps that you're using in tournaments is you're going to see that this fish are easily or they're spread out in a manner that's not going to be unfair. They're not going to see like 16 fish here and one here. So that's really nice, really fair, and I'm excited for that. And we've already seen Bact wearing one deer, trying to get some scouting in at this point. Generally, he's going to scout out the sides where he can wall, see where he can wall over here, and not even worry about getting onto the other side until he gets in all his deer. So at this point, you'll see both of these guys getting their docks up. They're going to try and get around 4 fishing ships most likely. Get up, and we're going to see a bit of some water micro. Some water fighting. And should be interesting. It should be interesting. I'm really interested to see how this turns out. And I'm going to slow it down a little bit more. That way we can just enjoy the game a little bit more. So, boar coming in here, last boar from Bact, and it was a little bit, I mean, this berry patch certainly won't be here forever, but it was certainly in a weird spot to get that boar in, but he got it in. And on this side, the second boar's coming in from Tatoh. You already saw the dock coming in from these guys around the same time, fishing ship coming in around the same time, villager getting over on the shore fish on the way back around the same time. Only reason that Box is on already made it back is just because he doesn't have to build houses. The Goths player, well, had to build that house, and now she's on her way back. So you're seeing things fairly the same. The villager count, well, taking a quick look here, making sure any of these guys, there we go. It looks as though Loom has already come in. Loom has already come in for Tatoh, so that's why the villager counts one in the lead of Bact, just because it takes a little bit of time. For those that research to be completed, and obviously idles the TC from creating villagers. But yeah, so right now, we're gonna see these guys getting up shortly. Bact, well, as you can see, he's garrisoning his units. He's gonna get what he has left of this boar and send everything over to wood, 3 or 4 over to gold, and possibly get a second dock out. Then we're going to see the same over on this side. And notably with the deer, it looks as though Tatoh is gonna try and get one more in. Not sure if he's gonna need it. Not sure if he's gonna want that, because actually, guys, Tatoh has not yet clicked up. Now, this is the thing. Now, I'm gonna confirm this with you later, guys. But Goths, and unless it's in the, there we go. It's actually here, which is beautiful. The fire ships, they cost 20% less wood. That's what it is with this balance patch. You're also going to see some different things in there as well with the infantry attacking buildings, things like that. But fire ships cost less 20% wood. I'm not sure actually because don't tend to go fires. I don't know if that's something that's standard. If that's something that's standard, I don't believe it is. But nevertheless, we're going to see Bact getting out 2 docks and just going to go standard feudal galleys. While Tatoh, he's going to be fast castling this, and if he's going to be going water, he's probably going to be trying to get fires out. So the thing is with this, as I speed it up, because we kind of know what's going to happen here, we're going to have to, if you're Tatoh, keep this dock alive. If this dock goes down and there's galleys out, it's going to be really hard. It's going to be really hard for him to actually get another dock up. He's going to almost have to get lucky. He's going to almost have to get lucky and get it up. He's already walling. He's already completed wall. It's actually a really beautiful wall. 1 palisade, 2 houses. That's amazing. And over here, just a little bit of walling. Not bad. But Tatoh, I don't know. I mean, the fast castle is going to have to be so good. Already in the feudal age. And getting out the galleys is Bact. But I like what Bact is doing. Now, you'll notice, generally, he's going galleys, and generally you want to continue making galleys. But he stopped. And he's already kind of changed up his economy and put a little bit more onto food. You know, he's realized what has happened here. He saw the wall. There. He's noticed that Tatoh is not yet up, and the score is very low. And he knows. He knows what's going on, guys. So he's immediately making a transport ship. Oh my gosh, I love the transport ships. I love mixing it up. But where's he gonna transport? Really? I mean, he's gonna almost, because Tatoh is walled there, have the transport right here. And it's not going to be ideal. Unfortunately, he transports anywhere else. It's not going to be good. We already have a villager coming all the way around. And how did he not encounter, like, 16 wolves? Like, you would think that he would encounter... If I were to do that, I would die. I would die to, like, 5 wolves at least. Like, you can only encounter 2 wolves and live with Loom. But I don't know how he got that lucky. But he did, and he's going to try and get an outpost there. While the market's coming up from Tatoh, looking at the resources from Tatoh, he's far away. Guys. Not far away, but it's gonna take him a little bit of time. He's gonna really have to use his berries. It wasn't a fast click. It really wasn't a fast click. Now, can Tatoh? Oh wow, Tatoh is aware. He can see the outpost right there. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He can see that. So Tatoh knows that things are about to get a little hairy. It's about to get a little hairy for him, but he needs to get up. And there we go. With the outpost there, he's gonna just wall himself in. And look at this small space he's in. And it's not ideal. There we go. Since everything from the berries and from some of the farms as well, we get some food. And there we go. He's clicked up. While over here on the other side, Bact. I mean, he's going over to these deer. He's now going over to get this forage bush. I mean, he's making a couple galleys now, but he doesn't actually have any more fishing ships coming out. He could actually lose the water control. Guys. I mean, I can totally see that happening. He doesn't have that many galleys. I'm not sure, like, you know, a couple fire ships can totally win the water back. And Bact has no farms. Like, he's now just, like, spamming farms. But it's going to take a long time for them to really work out for him. And I'm beginning to get really excited. Right now that this might actually, like, be a legitimate fast castle fire move for Tatoh. While Tatoh, you'll notice that this house was deleted, and Bact actually believes that's completely wood. But anyway, house was deleted, and then he just palisaded. and he snuck a villager out. And little Mary Beth back here, she's gonna try and do some sneaky attack, and interesting as well. Wow, 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 wow. I'm missing an awful lot that we actually have the fishing ships saved over on this side. Now remember, guys, this villager's going to be important, and I don't know where Mary Beth went. There we go. Because that needs to die. This dock needs to die if you are Bact, because he doesn't want the fire ships. And the fast castle fires cannot happen for Tatoh if his dock is gone. Obviously, you can't bring villagers over to repair it. You know, it looks like by the time he hits castle, by the time he tries to queue a fire ship up, it's gonna be too late. But guys, the sneak villager, it wasn't really for a forward, you know? It wasn't for a forward. And it was just for a secondary dock, and I think it's a really good move. Really good move, and the fire ship, of course, not getting out there. Losing the dock, which is really not the best thing. Really not the best thing. And oh my word, this dock gets up, but over here on this side, we have... There we go, Bact. Bact has found that this area has been explored by Tatoh, and he's found the dock. He's found the dock. Now, the question is, what damage can Tatoh do with the fire ships? I mean, he's down. He is so far down right now in, you know, the control of this game. We have a tower coming up from Bact right there on that wood line, which is a really nice tower. You know, obviously Tatoh is seeing it, but losing the fishing ships, I mean, Tatoh really needs to make the most. Of his fire ships. Bact, though, not going to engage, and I think that's smart. But at the same time, you gotta take control of the water if you're Bact, and he didn't do that. And now he's allowed Tatoh back into this. Bact, he's clicked up, guys. So Bact, he's just clicked up, but going up with a decent amount of food. To continue the production of villagers and to get a second TC up and keep things going is Tatoh, and he's got fires. And where'd they go? We got 2 fires here, and he's gonna come over and try and get the fishing ships. It was really good. And I believe there she is. Mary Beth has died, the forward villager from Tatoh, or the side villager from Tatoh. And Tatoh's gonna have some time here where he can catch up. You know, he's gonna have some time where he can catch up in the villager lead, because he has an extra town center, and he's also gonna have a little bit more time to catch up on the water because he's in the castle age. Now, unfortunate thing is that I'm not seeing him get any more fire ships out, and it looks like he's really taking this aggression to heart from Bact. Bact, I mean, he is Huns, of course, and he is on his way to Castle Age, so he could have knights in his base shortly. But it looks like, you know, Tatoh is taking the smart way and making the smart move, and it looks like he's building a siege workshop here and trying to quick wall this off, because Tatoh, well, he sees a stable in his base. So far, we've seen the fast castle fires. We've seen the fast castle fires actually kind of work. We're going to see an engagement here in a second. But we also have a forward from Bact, and he's soon going to hit the castle age. Tatoh trying to keep villager production up, but it doesn't look like he's doing that right now. It doesn't look like he's doing that. He doesn't have any fishing ships. He's getting more fire ships out. We have another transport there from Bact, which is really going to be bad for Tatoh. But Tatoh, he was once like 800 in the score down, and he's climbed his way back into this. He really has. Fire ships, I mean, they can take this battle here. They don't even have any HP. Any HP lost. What in the world? And I can't help but think that a siege workshop was possibly the wrong move. What about a monastery? And he's making the monastery now. But that's a lot of wood he wasted. That's a lot of wood he wasted on the siege workshop. And you know, had he used it, I possibly wouldn't think that siege workshop was such a bad thing. However, he hasn't used it. So I will say though, in retrospect, we have ranges all around Tato's base. So we're probably going to be seeing some type of unit intrusion from Bact. Bact is all over the place, and unfortunately, it looks like Tato's now going to lose the water. It's not common to see. The fast fires, the fast castle fires technique work. It really isn't. But Bact right now, he's at 16 military, guys. And only on one is Tatoh. However, a villager lead is in the favor of Tatoh, though he has 5 idle villagers. Needs to sort that out. Tatoh is on 3 TCs, which is going to allow him to just continue to produce villagers. And it's not like, you know, a lot can really be done here in the way of raiding, I don't think, for Bact. I mean, he sends a knight in, it gets converted. He sends some crossbows in, possibly a mangonel comes out and takes care of them once they start battering away at the walls. So he's going to need a lot. He's going to need an awful lot to really, really force Tatoh into a GG here. He's going to need his own siege. He's building towers on the wood everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. While he only has 1 fishing ship here. He's found the dock here. What does Tatoh have? Tatoh has a demo and a fire ship. He's going to try and keep that dock alive. And Tatoh, wow, that's not good. Tatoh does not have enough. For a mangonel of his own. Tatoh does not know a tower's coming up there. It's going to deny that stone a little bit. But here the engagement's going to come. And that fire ship's going to go down. Oh man, I'm not a big fan of the demos, but the demos, obviously, balance of power, would a bit better. There's a demo, and there we go. Wow, 2 for 1. As I say that, the demo does a great job, and now Tato's in a little bit of trouble. Tato's certainly in a little bit of trouble. This TC, which was primarily put here for stone, is going to be pretty much idle. Because, I mean, we have this tower here, we have the siege here, and again, Tatoh doesn't have any counter siege addressing this just yet. He has it right here, but he's been really forced into a bad situation so far. Now, Tatoh, what are you doing? Sending villagers out, and wow, that's actually a great move, guys. We have the villagers coming out here onto the tower. That could take the tower down. There's only villagers in there. He's actually going to come out here, try and get this mangonel. Can mangonels go in transport ships? I assume they can, actually. Because he was bringing that transport ship over. Maybe he didn't know, but it didn't work out. It didn't work out at all, and the other mangonel comes out as well to its death. And I'm not sure. I am not sure why that mangonel was spawned outside of the siege workshop. Certainly a mistake. These crossbows going to try and come over here. And keep this tower alive. There's going to be this mangonel waiting, and cav archers come around. This wood and this walling is really causing problems for Bact. Bact does not know what to do. I mean, he has a couple cav archers here, and it's just not ideal. It's actually getting the units confused there for a moment, just because, like, it's so confusing, all this nonsense that's going on. Now, is this dock still alive? This dock is somehow still alive. It's only on 142 HP, but I think Tato's going to give it up now. Tato's got to give that up now. He's certainly not going to be able to keep that alive if, you know, there's 2 docks down here from Bact and only one from him. And so there we go. So that's going to go down, and probably that's the end of the dock. Now, there was 1 crossbow here, just hanging out, denying this wood for a little bit of time, and that was just addressed. That was just addressed by the mangonel, Mangonel here from Bact. Taken down, even though this Mangonel is very low in HP. And then we do have a couple crossbows over here. A couple crossbows over here from Bact. A lot of action, a lot of action. And it looks like he broke through on this side. Didn't realize, probably wasn't a petard, so I'm not even going to look for the castle. Monk coming over. Wow, that Monk's probably going to go down if he doesn't pay attention. Villager's probably going to go down. You know what? So slow. Wow, tower coming up where he wants to put the castle. Tato's going to put the castle up there. And everything's clear on this side now. But he can't put the castle up there. Well, now he can, actually, because Bact deleted the tower. So he's going to get it up. He's going to get it up. Wow. Completely insane. And I think Bact doesn't have enough. Bact really doesn't have enough to be able to push this back. He doesn't have any siege over here, and this siege is not going to get across. But it is going to pick off a couple of villagers there. All the focus is over here right now. He's going to get a villager here. He's going to get a couple of villagers here because Tatoh just doesn't know what's going on. We have a knight coming in from Bact. He's going to pick off that Mangonel. These crossbows coming in and picking off. It's already got one villager, already got two. And, well, they're just going to stay on stand ground, it looks like. Not really going to micro at all. And this Mangonel finally getting realized. Goodness gracious, that dock is still up. I'm not sure what's up with that. And he's gonna create fires from it as Tatoh. That's insane. But there we go. Those villagers probably gonna be okay because those cav archers are not in enough number. And any more villagers gonna go down before this castle goes up? I don't think so. I don't think so. One more. And oh, two more actually after the castle's already up. Those guys definitely wanted to get some kills before they died. And wow, guys, just look at this. There's death everywhere for both these players. It's completely insane. And I think the Huskarls now, look at this. Look at this. Look at the death. Oh my gosh. Tatoh. Garrison. Oh, give me a second here. I need to get a... I don't know if I have any water around me, so I'm just going to deal with it till the next game. But this is completely insane. Completely insane. But I think Tatoh, I think he's in a bad spot. He has no ground control, and that's just my biggest thing. You have to have ground control. Everything's fine over here for Bact. I haven't even looked on this side of the map the entire game. He's now getting up to 3 TCs. But... yeah, I think it's going to be hard. I think it's going to be really hard for Tatoh to pull this back. But we will see. I mean, he needs his ground control back. He needs to start taking down these towers. That villager just trying to farm, man. Just trying to farm. And probably going to go back and die. Probably going to go back and die, but too much action. I can't pay attention. We're going to go back and see if she gets sniped. Are you going to get sniped, villager? Well, that one is, and that one. Wow, 2 for 1. Insane. Well, 2 for 2, I guess. I'm sorry. And this Mangonel, these Mangonels, poor Bact are doing so much. Now, these Huskarls are going to be great. They're going to be great against cav archers. But the fact that there's a stable here from Bact is good for him because Bact is going to be able to make a knight or two to deal with the Huskarls. So, Huns are very versatile. Gossar too, I mean, they can certainly make fully upgraded knights as well. So we'll see, but, you know, these cav archers, if they're not micro, they're going to go down. They're just going to melt like butter. More knights coming in, though, from Bact. And he must be transporting. There we go. He's definitely transporting. We got to transport some knights over here. They really don't have any upgrades at all yet. I don't think they're going to do anything without upgrades. They're going to go down pretty quickly to TCs. And Huskarls, well, they're going to see what they can do over here. They very well may see that villager there. It doesn't look like they are. Try and get around, maybe. But by the time they get around, it's going to be walled. But Tatoh, you're losing villagers, man. You're losing villagers. You just lost one there. You're losing your market, too. That's not a big deal. But man, Tatoh, you're just losing units everywhere. Now, I will say, somehow... the kill to death ratio is only 8 in Bact's favor, so that's certainly interesting, but I don't know, guys. 3 Huskarls, that's the only forward Tatoh has had the entire game. And I don't think as another villager goes down to a Mangonel, Bact does not stop with these Mangonels on this TC. And is doing a fantastic job. Like, it's like almost taking out this Huskarl as well, which is like insane. And he's actually, Tato's not going to stop the wall. He's actually not going to stop the wall at all. That villager's going to be walled out, but I mean, he's not going to stop the wall. Those Huskarls aren't going to take it down anytime soon. Huskarl dying right after did the job and took out the Mangonel, and it's just real messy stuff. You'll see a lot of idols right now. 17, in fact, from Tatoh, because he has this intrusion here, and you know, because of that, he can't do anything here. He has villagers in that TC. Also over here, you know, he just had villagers hanging out over here. Just really not good for him. And he can't be throwing Huskarls away to fire ships either. But he does have these 3 units, and I don't think these 3 units are going to turn it around for right now. I don't even see the Imperial Age turning it around for him, just because what's he going to do? I mean, he doesn't even have tons of upgrades already on these Huskarls, as this Mangonel. These Mangonels have been insane. Like, I have never seen a Mangonel continue to reappear at the same spot and do so much damage. Bact, how many kills are you gonna get? How many? There's another one. He could just come right on back here and be fine. He's out of the range of the TC if he does that. Huskarls, they're coming out from Tatoh, but he has yet to really get control. And this Ram trying to regain some control. He's trying to regain some control with that Ram, but that's going to go down to a Knight, and hopefully going to take the Mangonel out. Now he is, and you know, these Huskarls, which have traveled a long way for this battle, they're going to go down. And I only saw 1 villager there, so while that 1 villager is actually a lot better than I thought would happen, you know, it's not the best. I will say though, Tato's still in this game. He has some resources still secured, but he's running out of wood. He's running out of places he can collect wood, like, safely. You know, keeping this Huskarl here was a really safe move for now, but that's gonna go down to a Knight for sure. And you gotta believe, shortly, we're gonna have another Mangonel coming out for Bact. And there we go, Bact, another Mangonel, and he's just gonna pester away at this stone. Like he's been doing all freaking game. And Tato's clicked up. Bact, he's not gonna be too far behind. Bact has a very nice economy at home. Lots of nice wood, you know, not being intruded upon. I don't know. I mean, this Mangonel, it's not going to be converted, I wouldn't think, because the researches won't be in from Tatoh. But, you know, we're going to have to see the unit choice here. The unit choice from Tatoh. I'm not seeing many Huskarls. I see a TC out here. Again, this has just been insane from Bact right here. But I'm not seeing the unit choice. I'm seeing the forging upgrade from Tatoh, which leads me to believe he's definitely going infantry, and which is normal. But this TC isn't even being targeted right now from Bact. He's just focusing down villagers like he's one-shotting with crossbows or something. It's quite insane. And there we go, another TC. So he's not even doing anything underneath this TC. He's just going to build another TC because he needs the ground control. And we'll see. I mean, that Mangonel gonna go down. Finally, now losing villagers to a shot is Tatoh. As I say that, almost loses it. He's going Huskarl, guys. He's going Huskarl. You know, Tatoh, he doesn't even have a barracks right now. He only has siege. He only has the Huskarls and the monks and the siege workshops. He doesn't even have an archery range, of course. And this TC's getting denied. I don't know. Those villagers, when they were strong, those 4 villagers probably could have killed that cav archer. But I probably didn't realize it. Now they're very weak. And what's really going to help what's really gonna help Tatoh, is a Mangonel. I feel like the Mangonel is gonna free up so much space. It's gonna kill this stuff here, gonna kill this here, and not a Mangonel, a Trebuchet. I'm sorry, the Trebuchet is gonna help so much. It's gonna kill the towers. It's gonna kill the forwards, and you know, Bact, he knows that TC's there. He knows that TC was gonna go up there. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the visibility from Tatoh is aware that all of this all of this forward is here, but he's just gonna build a TC right next to it. He has no other choice right now, and he's choosing not to make a trap. I will pay attention though. I will pay attention to his researches. What researches will he choose to do? Finally gonna get that TC up, it looks like. Once that Huskarl. There we go. Huskarl. Oh my goodness, guys. He has one barracks up, and we have some Huskarls coming out of the barracks. I don't recall what it's called. I believe it's what's it called? What's that? Anarchy. I was gonna say I actually thought Anarchy was a research in a monastery. I didn't want to get it wrong. But anyway, he's got Anarchy done. So that means he doesn't need this castle to produce Huskarls. But that's what he's going to do. He's going to produce Huskarls out of the castle. He's going to keep villagers producing, so that's good. And he's going to produce it out of the barracks too. In fact, he's housed right now, which is a good sign, which means he still has resources he could use. If he gets his housing situation sorted out, he's going to have the iron casting in. He's going to have all these researches done while Bact creating cav archers. Bact, he's going to have to go knights, surely. Bact is surely going to have to go knights. Well, over here we have Tatoh. Well, it's certainly going to run into that wall. But, oh my goodness, Bact. Bact does not realize this is not walled. That could be devastating to his economy, especially if these units get upgraded, guys. I mean, over here, this forward's going to be gone sooner or later from him. We've got Huskarls out. They've got a lot of upgrades. And right now, these Huskarls, they had to have gotten in right here. They had to have gotten in right there. Bact, hole in the wall there, and had to wall behind, but that's not, this TC has been completely left alone. And, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to have enough here from Bact with no upgrades just yet to deal with these Huskarls. We will see. Now, Huskarl's still coming out, but again, Knights, even unupgraded with Bloodlines, still do a decent job. Still do a decent job versus the Huskarls. They're really an anti-archer unit. They really are. But if Tatoh gets these guys together, if they mass, he'll be in a good shape. He'll be in real good shape, especially because he has this forward now. And Tatoh is real low in resources. I don't think we're going to be seeing anything shortly. As far as the elite Huskarl upgrade, he's going to need a heck of a lot of food, and we very well may not see this game. However, down here, this is yet to really be addressed. Really be addressed, guys. From Bact and Tatoh, he can go in if he wants to. Now Bact, at this point, he has defense on those knights, and he's going to run into the Huskarls. I think he's going to come out on top, though. He's going to just come out on top. If he does lose, though, if he does lose, he's certainly going to leave not many Huskarls left. Now, Huskarls, though, remember, they're coming in this direction, and not just one direction. No, I'm kidding. That was a stupid joke. But anyway, these Huskarls are just cleaning up on this gold. Tato's getting a TC up. I think that's really smart, getting a TC up on that gold. If anything, even if he can't collect on the gold, he's going to deny it for now. And getting the Huskarls, getting 5 or 6 kills there, about to be 7 or 8, really. And forcing more knights to come out to help. The forward, well, it's not yet gone. It's not yet gone. In fact, Bact is creating a lot of knights, but he has yet. Bact has yet. Any of these stables to get Cavalier. Like, why is Cavalier not coming? You have the researches for it. why haven't you done it? It's beyond me why he hasn't done that yet. It's not like he can be holding out for anything else at this point in time. So that's confusing. That's certainly confusing, and I think possibly he's forgotten it. That happens, but right now, Bact still, I mean, he can see right now that this relic about to be collected. He can see that there's possibly a hole here, but he needs Cavalier. He needs Cavalier. There's a lot of Huskarls, and he needs to smash the Huskar army with his Cavaliers. Tatoh, he's staying in this too long. Staying in this too long if you're Bact. You have the water right now, Bact, so your score is going to be higher. You have the fishing. Your score is going to be higher. And the villagers in Bact's control, in Bact's lead, the military in Bact's lead. You would think he would have the edge, but the halberdier upgrade coming in from Tatoh. Tatoh, as far as the resources are concerned, doesn't have all that much, but he's spending out of every single barracks, and that's really well done. In fact, Tatoh has one relic here, well, soon to be if that monk doesn't run away, and one relic. So he's gonna have 3 relics. That's gonna be huge. I mean, even if Bact gets all the other ones, guys, it's going to lead to more gold for Tatoh. Now, I'm not sure what the move is for Bact right now. Still has no Cavalier done, and he's using Knights. He's in the Imperial Age. I just had to do a double take to like make sure I wasn't like wrong, but he has Imperial upgrades for his Knights, but he doesn't have Cavalier. And at some point he's gonna look and he's gonna say, "What? Like, where's my research?" He's gotten Galleon. He's gotten all these things. He could create more fishing ships for food. He's gotten a relic of his own. Just one of them right now. There's still one left. But Cavalier is still not coming in, guys. So gotta lead me to believe he's gonna be doing something else. But anyway, with the water control in Bact's favor, you would have to think that this forward's gonna stay alive, which isn't gonna be good for Tatoh, because that's quite close to some of his economy. But at the same time, over here on this side, they have a lot of raiding right now going on for Tatoh. In fact, Tatoh certainly has the advantage in numbers, and with Halberdier versus Knights, Halberdier are gonna win. I don't care what upgrades. Fully upgraded Halberdier versus fully upgraded Knights in mass, those Halberdier are gonna win. And now we have these Huskarls coming in, going in strong as well. Halberdier and Huskarls coming out of every barracks, and the white Cav upgrade coming from Bact. Bact still no Cavalier. He is playing as the Huns. They didn't take that away from the Huns. You can still do that. So I'm not sure, man. Interesting thing here, building a barracks is Tatoh. Walling behind it now, because it was kind of in the middle of Bact's wall, is Bact. So that's smart, but Tatoh's wall actually building right here, and unaware is Bact, so we'll pay attention to that. Now, down here though, I mean, not even carrying, not even using the ram, is Tatoh. And that TC's gone. Villagers have kind of retreated, and this walling has kind of retreated, and this walling has happened, so that's good. More walling for Bact, trying to kind of boom. But this gold, well, it doesn't look like that's ever going to be used, and we got to start paying attention to the gold on this map now. I mean, there's no gold in the middle, and I'm not seeing any gold for Bact. He has a lot of gold, you know, has a lot of resources, but there's none on the map for him to collect later on in this game. In fact, none, unless he does it on the forward, which is completely lost now, I would say. So all this gold here for Tatoh, and all this gold back here, and all this gold back here And that's not to mention the relics. Not to mention the relics as well. And guys, that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous difference in gold. And all that really Tatoh needs to do right now is just hold. Tatoh just needs to hold. Like, hold, collect the gold, and upgrade units, and, you know, just push then. If he pushes now, that's still going to be great, but why not upgrade every single thing you can because you have the gold, you know? He doesn't know Bact doesn't have the gold, but that's just my theory. You know, if you see your enemy is going to run out of resources, why not wait till he gets really weak, right? So anyway, Bact is collecting the last relic, just getting that now. As far as the upgrades coming in, we have Elite Skirmisher, Cavalier finally. What the... I'm not even going to talk about that anymore. Cavalier finally, we have Ballistics, we have Elite Skirmisher, we have Thumb Ring. So basically, it looks like we're going to be seeing... Light Cav. Looks like we're going to be seeing potentially Hussar. Looks like we're going to be seeing potentially Skirmisher. One thing I would say is Elite Huskarls are going to do pretty good against Light Cav. They're also going to be doing really darn good against Skirmishers. They're just going to... Like, Skirmishers can't touch them at all. Like, there's nothing... That's not even a conversation. So, you know, you have to think that Tatoh is in an excellent position right now. With the gold and everything he has, he's in an excellent position. Now, Bact, he has a lot of stone, and I'm thinking he's going to sell it, really. He has a market there, and I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to pay attention to his stone and see if he actually spends it. But, here we have, I mean, more walling, right? But how long? How long is he going to be able to do that? I mean, they're Elite Huskarls shortly. If not now, they are now. Over on this side, I mean, the Huskarls, like I said, just really doing a great job against the Light Cav. Blast Furnace coming in for these Cavalier, but, you know, Skirmishers are pretty much a waste against Goths at this point in the game, especially when the Elite Huskarls are coming out. And down on this side, we have more walling from Bact. And I don't know what Bact is going to do. He did so well in the beginning of the game. It was so exciting, but he doesn't have any gold. He's trying to, like, wall forward here and secure himself some stone, but he doesn't have anything. And it's not... Eventually, he's just getting pushed back further and further on each side. And eventually, you know, it's going to get to the point where he's just, everything's back in this little corner, and he has, like, one villager with an outpost and one pop remaining, right? So, Bact right now is certainly up against it. His stone disappeared, though. So surely he sold it. And he had to have sold it. He has plenty of gold now. He definitely did that. So that's smart. It's what I would have done, but it's not ideal when you're starting to sell your resources. That really means you're up against it. But he has 2 relics to hold him off for now, and he has the Paladin, and there's no Halps on this side. And they are fully upgraded Paladin, which do well against the Huskarls. But he has to hold on this side. And he's actually going to do that. I mean, do you see any hand cannons? Do you see any skirms? Do you see any ranged units from Tatoh? Do you see any siege from Tatoh? There's a hand cannon, as I say that, but... No, I mean, this wall is going to stay up for a little while now. Hand cannons actually just attacking the villagers, but... Paladin are going to wreck. The Huskarls for now, especially because the Huskarls aren't massed. And then the Halberdiers need to start coming in on this side. I mean, look at the populations. At 210 for the Goths player right now, and unfortunately, he has a lot. Kind of spread around back here, but most of it is on this side. The side he's not going to do anything on, guys. And I could potentially see, because of this disgusting wall from Bact, it's necessary, but it's not beautiful. I could almost see some ground control coming back into Bact's favor, but Bact needs to make the most of it for sure. I don't think he has the Hussar upgrade. He's just going all Paladin, and going skirmishers, and as you can see here, it's takes off 1 HP every time a skirmisher hits a lead Huskarl, not to mention that the skirmishers have minimum range, so it's just not a matchup you wanna put. But anyway, we have the Halbs over here, and the Halbs doing a decent job. It's certainly gonna hold off any push. But once the skirmishers come in, skirmishers are gonna do a decent job against these Halbs. So it's gonna be interesting. Tato's gonna certainly have to micro and get his Huskarls onto the skirms and his Halbs onto the Paladin. But down here, I mean, still trying to push, but look at that siege. Look at the siege, guys. Bact somehow regaining the score lead. I'm not even sure how. But he has all this siege here, and he's just going to defend on this side. This is all he has. He has nothing here. He has nothing here. And he's just going to push on this side. He's a lot on the water, remember. He's a lot on the water. And wow, interesting that castle came out from Tatoh actually securing some ground. But yeah, I still feel like Bact is going to have to push. Because Bact, he needs gold. There we go. Bact is going to send some villagers over to get this lumber. If he can, it's only 100 wood on a couple of these trees. So if he can like free up this gold, that's going to be incredible. That's going to be awesome. He could have, let's do the math there. That's like 3,200 gold, and that's certainly important. But look at this for Tatoh. He can do nothing. Tatoh can do nothing down there. And he's going to bring in some bombard cannons, which will probably do good against the siege, but it's going to take a lot of time. Meanwhile, on this side, he's kind of losing ground. Tato's kind of losing ground. He has all his units over on the other side. And he has a lot of villagers. He's a lot of villagers too. He has 135 villagers. But you know, it's just right now he's given a little bit of ground control back to Bact. And Bact is gonna get this gold. I feel like he's gonna get this gold. So question is, you know, how important is it gonna be? You know, really low on wood. Really low on wood is Tatoh. But it looks like he's actually going to try and get the water. Get the water. I don't know. I don't know if that's important. The only thing I can think of is that Tatoh is going to try and raid like along the shoreline. Because nothing he has is along the shoreline right now because of kind of the water control that Bact has. But it's going to take a lot. Like everything that Tatoh makes on the water, he can't use on the land. He needs it. He needs it right here, right now, so he can stop Bact from getting this. And he can see that Bact is going to be going for that gold. They both want that gold desperately, I'm sure. And they're both getting to the point where they don't have any more gold, too. Now, Bact, let's see if he can get good shots on these bombard cannons. He's not actually focusing down the bombard cannons. Oh my gosh, I almost knocked over my drink. Dude, focus down the bombards. Oh wow, 2 huge losses from Bact. And I think the wall has just been pushed back farther from Bact. It's just been pushed back Bact farther. It's just been pushed back farther. Fast fire ship, we have lots of fast fire ships coming out actually, and that's gonna be good because he doesn't have a lot of wood. 20% less wood for the Goth player. Tato's certainly liking the fire ships this game, but that seems like light years ago, really, light years ago that happened. It feels like a whole nother game, but this game's still going on. I don't know how I feel about this wall still being here. I feel like he could wall behind and build like a gate if you're Bact. And I feel like if the wall was gone, his skirmishers would do better, and his paladin would certainly do better. Because 1v1, the paladin beat a halberdier, but if they're mushed into little spaces, the halberdier do better against paladins. So, I don't know. Like, Bact could push. Bact could push here. He's certainly going to do it. He's got the siege ram upgrade, but he's got a hold on this side too, guys. And with the hand cannons behind, he's not going to be able to continue the wall, it looks like. And he has nothing. Like, Bact has nothing here. It's so silent. Listen. It's so silent. Like, there's nothing there. And I don't know. I mean, he's actually building out behind. Or no, these are just units that have been patrolling along there for like a millennium. and incoming elite Huskarls, which are like one of the best rating units in the game. And I don't know. If he pushes this way, he can send his whole entire economy this way, potentially. He can now access that gold, but he's gonna want to free up a little bit more space, you know? And GG. GG. I feel like it's certainly GG. I mean, looking at what Bact had, well, he lost the water. He was going to lose the water, I feel, because he didn't have the gold, he didn't have the relics. But yeah, he just didn't have anything to fight on both sides. And he was shortly going to lose his entire economy, which, since he had a lot of food, you know, and a lot of wood, it wouldn't have been bad for a little while. But after about a couple game time minutes, he's no longer going to be able to produce anything. And it was just really a hold here from Tatoh. Though I feel like if this was able to be walled for another 5 minutes or so, that, you know, Bact would have been able to push. So that was a really good game. I loved that game, and I feel like that was probably one of the best ones I've seen from the Balance of Power so far. So I hope you guys like that as well. So anyway, thanks again for watching. This is T90. We'll see you next time. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh.